How's it going, selectors, and welcome to another Wixoss deck tech video here on Wixoss Zone. Today I have a really fun one because this is currently one of my favorite decks to play. It is so fun. This is the new Ot from the Vertex Diva set. This is kind of like a mid-rangey, almost leaning more to the aggro side of things style deck. It has big, explosive turns. It's really good at clearing lanes and pushing damage. And it's got your favorite Cthulhu Wixoss characters, Umar at Tawal. Awesome stuff. This, like I said, is one of my favorite decks to play currently, if not my single most favorite deck to play. Let's talk about it. It's super cool.
All right, and here we have Ot Tray, the open door. Really excited to go over this deck. One of my favorite decks from this new format, and it's just beautiful and a ton of fun to play. Obviously, we have the playmat that we kind of opened up in the previous video from a Wixoss artist, Cronoir. Definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it already. But let's get to the deck tech. This is an Ot center deck. This actually is an Ancient Surprise deck, so we got the whole shebang here. And yeah, let's get started. I guess I'll go over my sleeving strategy for this deck. We have the Eucalyptus Dragon Shield dual mats, and then for the Lrig deck, we've got a beautiful Grand Blue Fantasy, and then one of my favorite characters from Shadowverse, Daria, which is excellent for the rest of the Lrig deck. All right, so let's go over the Lrig deck first, and then we'll go over the main deck proper. So we do have Ot as the center, and Ot is pretty good at pumping up our dudes and also clearing the board in a very flashy way. So she says, auto at the beginning of your attack phase, target Signy on your field gets plus 5,000 power, which is great for some various things that we have. It also says, enter, put up to 2 target Signy without guard from our trash into our inner zone, which is great. Kind of enter charges us, but it lets us pick certain things from our trash and put it into the inner zone, which matters because we have a once per turn game ability of put 7 Signy that do not share a class from the inner zone into the trash, and then we put all Signy on our opponent's field into their inner zone, and we get an enter charge too. So this basically clears 3 lanes for us. So it's a great game ender, just absolutely fantastic. Love this deck, love the flavor. That's where we're going. So we have Ot, we have level 2 Ot, level 1 Ot, and then of course, toot toot, level 0 Ot. For Towel, we are running Rainbow for the level 2. This is a one cost, and it says if there is a red Signy on our field, vanish a Signy on our opponent's field with power 10k or less. If there's a blue Signy on our field, draw 2 cards, and if there's a green Signy on our field, enter charge 2. Doing all 3 of those is amazing. Enter charge 2, drawing 2 cards, and clearing a lane is really nice. So this is quite good. In fact, you know, let's set this up as I would, so we can kind of display it all out. Because at the end, you should have a display. So we're also running Towel Screech. This is a 0-drop main phase. It says, enter, vanish target Signy on our opponent's field with power 8k or less, draw a card, and discard a card. Clears a lane, and we get some hand filtering, which is great. And then we just have our level 0. And then, of course, we have Umar. So this is a 6-cost attack phase or main phase stall card, I guess. It just keeps us alive, basically. It just says down all Signy on the opponent's field. So this is one of the cards that mid to late game we can play this so we don't die, so then we can come back with Ot and finish off the game. We also have Umar Draw. It's just a 0, draw 2. And then we also have this promo Umar, which is one of my favorite Wixoss cards that I own. It's a level 0 Umar. Hey, if I'm not playing in a tournament, I'm going to be playing with my awesome Japanese promos. For the piece cards, we have Harmonic Call and World Reverse. Let's talk about World Reverse first because it's the most important. The whole deck kind of centers around this card. So this is a 1-drop piece card, main phase timing. We need to have the whole team is Ancient Surprise. It says you gain the following ability for the rest of the game. You just have this now. So it's a once per turn auto effect. During your turn, when a Signy enters your field, choose one of the following. If the Signy is red, then we can pay 1 and vanish a Signy on our opponent's field with 8k or less. If the Signy is blue, we get a draw card. And if the Signy is green, we get an enter charge 1. If it's multiple colors, you still only pick 1. But that's awesome. So every single turn, you can enter charge, draw a card, or clear a lane. Super, super powerful. It's just one of the things that makes this deck both fun and strong. And then we have this one. We have Harmonic Call. This could be Xenocluster, but I like this one because it's crazy. It's crazy. So this is an 8-drop, which you can get there. You can definitely get there with this deck. Use conditions. You have to have Ancient Surprise with all members level 1 or more. And then it says, look at the top 8 cards of your deck, put a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3 from among them, Signy, onto our field, put the rest on the bottom of our deck in a random order. Then target level 1 Signy gains Assassin, level 2 Signy gains Double Crush, and level 3 Signy gains Lancer. So this is another great way to push damage, giving Assassin and Lancer. And then if you can somehow clear another lane and get that Double Crush going, then you can do that as well. But fun card, powerful card. I like it. I like effects like this. So those are our piece cards and Lrigs, and I'll kind of like sort them like that. Good enough, good enough. Let's talk about the main deck. We'll go over the no life burst and then the life burst. Just like to keep them, gotta keep them separated. So we have Influence D, type Dry. This is a great level 3 Signy. It has Harmony. We need a blue Lrig. So when it enters the field, we have to down it unless we down an up to blue Lrig that we have. Auto, when this Signy attacks, we can play 3 green enter and 3 enter of any. If we do, vanish up to 2 target Signy on our opponent's field with power 10k or more. It also says auto turn 1, when this Signy becomes the target of your opponent's ability or effect, draw a card and enter charge 1, which is great. Kind of like a good insurance policy on this one. We have other abilities to pump up our opponent's Signy, so we can actually get them over that 10k threshold to vanish them. So yeah, Influence, great. We're going to be generating a lot of enter, so just having this is really, really strong. We also have Osogetsune, Phantom Terra Beast God. This is a great card. Fortunately for me, I opened up a ton of them in my booster packs. I think I own like 9 or 10 of these things, but it's really, really good. I'm finally glad I can use it very well. So as auto, when the Signy attacks, if you moved 1 or more cards from your deck to your enter zone this turn, so if you got enter charge or something like that, you may pay a green enter and 1 of any. If you do, vanish target Signy on my opponent's field with power 12k or more. And it also has enter up to 2 other target Signy gain plus 5k until end of turn. And we can target our opponent's Signy with that, which is great. So we can target our opponent's Signy, pump them up, and then kill them with Influence, or we can kill them with Osogetsune. So really, really good, really powerful Signy. Does everything that you want to do. Clear some lanes and pumps and does great stuff. We have Azathoth, Phantom Spirit Queen. This is one of the Ancient Surprise signature Signy. It says auto at the beginning of your attack phase if this Signy's power is 15k or more. And once again, we have Ott that lets us pump up stuff. We have Osogetsune that lets us pump up stuff, and we have some other stuff as well. So if it's 15k or more, we can pay 2 green. If we do, vanish target Signy on our opponent's field with power 10k or more. Once again, we have this kind of synergy going on here. Auto, whenever the Signy attacks, if the total number of Signy classes in your trash is 7 or more, we get enter charge 1, which is great. We have every Signy in this deck is a different class. I'll just say that now. Every single Signy is different. So, yep, we're running Azathoth. We have 3 of them. Very, very powerful. Get enter charge, get a remove, good stuff. Speaking of removal, we have Lancelot, a staple. It's just a, lane clearer. So enter 1, or enter 1 enter, vanish the Signy, 5k or less, and it itself is 5k. I mean, it's a staple. We're running it. What's really interesting about both Lancelot and Romale is with the World Reverse, if it's the first one we play, we'll also have this trigger, so we can actually remove another Signy and clear 2 lanes, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. So we have Lancelot, and then we have Romale, which is like a mini Lancelot. It's a level 1, 2k, enter, pay 1, vanish the Signy on our opponent's field with power 3k or less, which is great. Only running 2 of these. Next up, we have what I like to call Goopy Foot Girl. We have Hecat, Azure Angel. She has an enter ability. Look at the top 3 cards of my deck, and then I can put any number of them on the bottom of the deck and the rest on the top in any order, which is great. That's some good selection there. So we have 2 Hecat, and then we have Water Buffalo, Phantom Aquatic Beast. It's just a really cute dually. It's like as I like to call it, a dually. It's just a blue and a green, counts for both. Just really solid. So we're running the full set of those, and then that is our suite for our non-life burst cards. Let's talk about our life burst cards, starting off with a new card, Newton, Jade Wisdom Queen. So we're actually running 4 of these, but at one point I had only 2 of these, and then I had 2 of the amino acid, which pumps up all of your dudes on your field on your turn, which kind of synergizes with these, but I think Newton is just a lot of fun. So it is 10k, level 3. At the beginning of your attack phase, if the total level of Lrig on your field is even, we can add a Signy from our inner zone to our hand, and then enter if the total level of Lrig on your field is odd, enter charge 1. And then it also has a life burst, choose 1, vanish an up Signy on our opponent's field, or enter charge 1. So we have a full playset of these. Like I said, I was running the amino acid at one point. I might go back to the amino acid. I'm not sure. Next up, we have Akufuku, Code Maze. She's got grabby hands. Just a really good life burst card. So level 2 Signy, 10k, and then she has enter charge 1 life burst. You do not take damage from your opponent's level 3 or less Signy this turn. So we're running the full set of Akufuku. Similarly, we have what I like to call Falcor. It's Folklore, Azure Evil. This one is just another life burst one. So level 2, 10k, down up to 2 target Signy on an opponent's field, draw a card for the life burst effect. So we're running a full set of these. These are pretty standard ones right here. Next up, we have Mirai, Jade Beauty. Love this card. So it's a level 1. It says this Signy cannot be vanished by the effects of your opponent's level 1 Signy. It also has enter. This Signy gains a color of target Lrig on your field until end of turn, which is kind of cool. And then it says enter charge 1. The next time you would take damage from a Signy this turn, instead you do not take that damage. And then last, but certainly not least, we have your staple card, Servant. It's the Servant. It does servanty things. Put it in your deck. And that is our Ave Ste Ancient Surprise deck. It's a ton of fun to play. We don't have a ton of red Signy to get value off of the red part of the Harmonic Call, but we do have a lot of green to enter charge. We have a few blues to draw some cards. You're going to be enter charging and drawing and doing really powerful, big splashy things. We have a lot of 2-for-1s in the deck. A lot of like 3 like lane clearers or double lane clearers. Just a lot of really fun stuff. Love this deck. Ton of fun. I highly recommend trying it out. I honestly don't think this deck is super expensive to build, except for maybe the Osogatsunes are a little on the higher end, but it's pretty cheap everything else. So highly recommended. Ave is awesome, and you can play the Lrig that says toot toot. So there's that. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.